Still got a lot of ice on the trees. I'm glad that this icy weather has moved out. You know, here recently we just came through an ice storm. As you guys can see, a lot of the trees are still frozen. If you look to my right, I mean, look at those, look at all of that ice on the trees. That just goes to show you how much ice we had here in the weather. I mean, we was frozen over. We're just getting thawed out.
Goldwing Rider, a shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who is fearless. A young loner on a crusade to champion the cause in a world of reckless automobiles. These are my motor vlogs.
Hey, what's up YouTube? Your boy Chris is out on the Goldwing today, out on my 21 Honda Goldwing. We've been frozen in. We just got thawed out, but we still have a lot of ice remaining on the trees. If you guys look at all of the ice that are still on the trees. We just came out of an ice storm, man. We had a lot of ice, a lot of rain, a lot of freezing weather. Right now I'm showing the current temperature is 34 degrees. 34 degrees. So it's still cold out. You guys can see, look at those trees. All of the ice still remains on the tree limbs. So I decided to get the bike out and do a test ride today. If you guys been keeping up with my videos, I just installed the Viofo dual motorcycle dash cam on the Honda Goldwing. So shouts out to Viofo for sending me out the dual dash cam all the way from Asia. So I got it installed on the Honda Goldwing. So today I'm just out test riding in the cold, y'all. I'm out here wearing my one-piece suit underneath. I got my heated gear, and it feels toasty. I'm not wearing my heated gloves today. I'm actually wearing my built gloves. I actually picked these things up at Cycle Gear a few years ago. Wasn't sure if I was gonna like them, but they turned out to be some good winter gloves. These are some built gloves. So if you guys get the opportunity, check out built gloves at Cycle Gear. So I'm just out here cruising, y'all, trying to get the ride in today. Today is just more of a test ride, testing out the Viofo dual motorcycle dash cam. Finally got it installed. I actually had the dash cam back at the beginning of the year, but I ended up coming down with COVID, and I was not able to get the dash cam installed. So finally got the dash cam installed on the Honda Goldwing. So I'm just out here cruising, y'all, trying to get the ride in. 34 degrees, 34 degrees, and the temperature is dropping. Look like somebody done had an accident up here. Gotta be careful, y'all. Everybody's in a hurry to go nowhere. Look like we had a little crash up here across the street. So I'm just out here trying to get it in. I've been reading some of your comments after I posted my video on the Viofo, and I got some interesting feedback. And on two of the comments, that kind of had something in common. I guess some of you had concerns about the way I mounted my front camera. Now, when I put the camera in, there was a lot of work to do. So for the sake of time, I didn't show every detail of my install, but I kind of showed you guys what it looked like, you know, with the finished product. Man, upside down. Good gracious. Man, they flipped the car upside down. That's crazy. But I didn't show every detail of that install. I just kind of showed you guys how everything was set up, showing you guys my front camera, the back one that I mounted, my GPS mount, and I showed you guys how to actually, you know, get everything connected to the main unit. So I was reading some of your comments, and I guess some of you had some concerns about the way I mounted my camera underneath the front of the Honda Goldwing that's pointing outward. Some of you was concerned that, you know, that I would probably damage the camera. I think some of you said that you had a friend or you knew someone that mounted the cameras on the front and they end up crushing the cameras. So I'm not sure, you know, who out there been installing cameras on the front of their Goldwing, but that doesn't mean that they necessarily installed them in a good place or they installed it correctly. Anytime that I do an install, I try to go through every possible scenario. I even go as far as, you know, bouncing up and down on the suspension to try to see how much travel I have between the springs and the bike when I apply the brakes or when I'm going over a speed bump. So I'm pretty thorough. I go over every detail. A lot of times I don't show everything, but 9 times out of 10, once I complete an install, I rarely have to go back and change it. I rarely have to go back and make any changes. So I just want to put that out there for anybody that's watching this video, you know. But as far as going over a bump, as far as the suspension, I don't think I'm going to have any problems at all, but I'll keep you guys posted if I do. So I know some of you said you was interested to see how the camera is going to hold on the front. So far so good. I don't think I'm going to have any problems. So I'm actually looking on the app. I have the app pulled up and I'm looking at the front camera. You guys can see that I have the front camera pulled up, and it's getting a pretty good wide angle view of the front. So I'm just out here doing the test. Also, I'm actually using my GoPro 11, my new GoPro 11. So if you guys missed that video of me installing the GoPro 11, if you didn't see that video, you can click on that link in the top corner if you want to check out my GoPro 11 unboxing and setup. So I'm wearing my new GoPro 11, just checking it out today. And also inside of my helmet, I have on the pin lock, the anti-fog shield. You know, this time of year where the weather is changing, it's going from warm to cold. You're coming outside and the temperature is dropped. You know, if you don't have an anti-fog shield in your helmet, you're gonna get some fogging. And I'm looking through my anti-fog shield, no problems at all. So far so good. If you guys missed that install of my anti-fog shields, you can click on that link in the top corner as well. So as you guys can see, it's been a cold one. You can see all of this ice and stuff still on the trees. So we were snowed in for the past few days, but I'm glad that we got through it. So if you guys live in the Northeast, look out. You might have some wintry weather heading your way if it's not already there. I know I talked to one person up in Minnesota. They said it was, I think, negative 16 degrees. So that's cold. Y'all can keep that cold weather. Also, I got another question about the GPS sensor. One of the questions was, could you actually put the GPS sensor underneath the gas tank? Underneath the gas tank lid? Well, you know, it's up to you how you want to to do your installs. I know a lot of times you want to hide everything. You don't want things to be seen. But that GPS mount is actually, that GPS sensor is actually designed to be outside. I don't think it's designed to be underneath the gas tank lid. You can try it, but I'm not sure if you're going to lose signal or not. For me, I just placed it on top of the gas tank lid, and if I need to move it, I could just take my heat gun, kind of heat up the adhesive, and dismount the GPS sensor. So I don't think I'm going to have any problems whatsoever. I think the high today was supposed to be like 45 degrees, but as you guys can see, still a lot of ice on the trees. Still a lot of ice. Trees are just white. But I'm just glad to get out and kind of charge the batteries, get the fluids going. I know for some of you guys, depending on where you live, you probably got your bike stored for the winter time. So what do you guys think about the Viofo? Are any of you planning on possibly installing the Viofo on your motorcycle? I do have a couple of suggestions, actually a couple of recommendations that I made to Viofo. One of the recommendations is that the cables need to be a little bit longer. They need to be a little bit longer because now if you're going to mount the main unit at the center of the bike, it's no big deal. I mean, everything should work out perfectly. But on the Goldwing, you want to make sure that you mount your main unit where you can easily retrieve or access the micro SD card slot. So if you mount that main unit underneath the seat, then you don't want to have to take off the seat just to take out the micro SD card. And another recommendation that I actually made to Viofo was the main unit needs a LED light on it. I noticed that on the main unit there is no lights. Now you do have a light on the remote control. I don't know if you guys can see it. My remote control is down near the handlebars underneath, and you have LED lights on that, but I think there should be at least one LED light on the main unit just to let you know that you have the main unit, you know, connected properly. So those are the two recommendations, the LED light, and then I think that the cables need to be a little bit longer, or they need to make some type of extension cables where you can just tie them in line to extend the length of the cables. I think that would really help the product. But as far outside of that, I think it's a pretty good product. Those are my recommendations with the Viofo. Outside of that, I think it's an excellent unit. It's great to have because out here on your bike, you never know. You know, nowadays people are doing anything. They're driving with reckless abandonment. So you got to be careful out there. So it's good to have some type of recording device on your motorcycle just in case. Well, I'm not going to take up any more of your time. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to put them down in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And I'm going to just let some of the footage roll, giving you guys a view from the Viofo, not my GoPros, but from the Viofo. And I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.